Let's begin by finding center. Shift your weight left and right, not too far, but far enough to really feel that you're shifting your weight. And then make that shift smaller. And then see if you can find where the center of your body, your center of gravity, sits right between your feet, left and right. And then gently swinging your arms front and back, moving your pelvis and your whole body front and back. And I'm going to exaggerate it a bit. And we'll try that, and then make it a little smaller, and see if we can balance our weight, finding center right between our feet. Now we have left and right, and front and back. And then we're going to do the same thing, but now we're going to keep our weight centered, and we're going to extend our body upwards, kind of like we're reaching upward through the top of our head. And then we're going to sink downward, leading with our tailbone, and just see if we can drop that center of weight right between your feet, left, right, front, back, and up and down, arriving in the moment, in your body, in your breath, to enter your practice. Let's check in with nature. Inhale, hands float up, reach up towards the sky, come together over your head, reaching up a little bit, and sink your whole body, hands in front of your forehead, hands in front of your heart, hands in front of you like you have a pregnant belly, hands float out, and settle down. Inhale, connect with the sky, connect with source. Exhale, mind, heart, body. Inhale, open everywhere. Check in with the land, the earth. Exhale, sink in through your structure, front, back, left and right, finding center, up and down. Inhale, hands come up. Just check in with the sky. And reach up, check in with source, whatever that might mean to you. Exhale, mind, heart, body. Inhale, check in with the land. Line yourself up, front, back, left and right. Make sure you feel ready to begin your practice. So let's expand our Qi. So we're going to inhale, hands are going to float out and up, nice and round. Keep floating up. Exhale, hands turn over slowly. Hands float up, soft, round, hanging, loose. They float up. We rise up underneath, look up. Just connect with all the beautiful sunlight. Exhale. Sink. Knees to your toes, hips just ahead of your heels. Pelvis is level like a bowl. Hanging from your head, nice and loose. Inhale, sink back so your hands float up. Inhale some more, follow your body up. Look up, exhale, sink. Lower your gaze with your hands, hands fall to the sides. Inhale. Exhale. Sink back. Keep your balance with your hands. Float up. Come up. Reach out. Exhale. And just sink and settle. So now, as we stand, feeling connected with our body. We're going to sway back and forth a little bit as if we're kelp and we're in an ocean, and the ocean goes this way, ocean goes that way, ocean comes up, ocean comes down. And we're going to see if we can be really spontaneous and intuitive and playful and kind of dance-like as we're going to go through the same practice. But we're just going to let the ocean do the moving. Just turn left and right, using your whole body to turn, not just your hands. So I'm just going to put my hand on my belly button. So notice, if you can, when you're moving from your pelvis and your core, your pelvis does most of the work, turning your body left and right. But it takes some time to loosen up your hips and find the right muscles, so play with it, but that's really important. So now as we swing, we're going to slow down and reach through our fingers, and we're going to allow our imagination to reach into our arms like they're antennas or whiskers, in the sense that when they reach out, they feel, they interact, and they kind of gather information, if you will, or energy or awareness. So we reach, extending little antennas. We want to reconnect with the land and the energy that's coming up from the land, the energy that's coming down from the sky. So take a look around, and if you're inside, imagine you're not inside. And just imagine the land as far as you can see, or look at the land as far as you can see. And just imagine that it's 10,000 years ago, and one of your ancestors, for some reason 10,000 years ago, woke up every day and went like this. And they reached out as far as they could see with their whiskers, their antennas, to feel the aliveness of the world, the Qi of the land, the Qi of the sky. So as we do that, nice and slow, receive, gather the qi that's coming down from the sky. Even if it's a cloudy day, we can still feel the light. So when I feel the light, let that go through all of your cells, imbuing you with that sky energy or sky qi, Tian qi. Then we're going to turn, focusing more as if our whiskers are rolling along, kind of caressing the topography. So they kind of go like this, and you don't have to be literal in the sense that every mountain and tree and that, because we don't want to be nervous. We just want to, again, imagine and play. We're reaching out as far as we can see with these invisible whiskers. And now we're just feeling the aliveness coming up from the land through the plants, the trees, the animals. And then we're going to slow down and come back to center. So just turn left and right. And we're going to swing one hand out and around, and then we're going to get the feeling that we're gathering pollen, or if you imagine like dandelion fluff floating around, just want to have the imagined experience of gathering that pollen, pouring it into the pelvis, like your pelvis is a bowl. And as that's happening, the other hand is going to come around, gathering pollen or dandelion, butterflies, whatever you like. And as it pours into the belly, into the lower Dan Tian, or you can imagine it just pouring it over the front of your pelvis into your pelvis, the other one's gathering around. So as this one's pouring, this one's wrapping around and gathering. As this one comes in to pour, and pouring and gathering kind of at the same time. So if you want, you can do this with just one hand for a minute. Gather, bring around, sit in front of the abdomen, pour it into the pelvis, reach around with the other side, gather, pour it into the pelvis. And it's important to play with your imagination that way. Now we want to play a little bit more with our aliveness and what we call a dragon body. So now all of our movements are exaggerated, we're going up and down more, we're using our whole core and ribs and spine to move our gathering hand around. And it's just to be more agile, more expressive, more intuitive, and the more we move sometimes like we're dancing, the more the body shows us where it wants to open. Inhale. Reaching around, exhale, gathering. Hands coming together below your belly button. Be intuitive about which hand is on top. Make some circles around your belly button and just breathe normally. We're just warming our belly or warming our lower Dan Tian. And have fun moving your hands in a circle while you also move your body left and right, or pivot your body left and right. And then come down to stop. Inhale. exhale, switching your hands. And then we'll go circles the other way. Breathe naturally, pivot your body, hang from above, deep and slow, in and out. Come to a stop. Just relax for a moment. When you're ready, just let your hands slide down. Inhale, reaching out, gathering, hands onto your belly. Now we're going to try this and focus on going 6 circles per breath, inhale and exhale. Inhale, gather, settle, switching hands, going the other way. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Just standing and breathing. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, hands reach out, gathering. And now we're going to focus on 4 circles for breath. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Gathering, switch hands. 4 circles for breath. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Just stand and breathe. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, gathering, settling. find the intuitive pace in the sense of how many circles as you inhale and exhale. So find that rhythm that just feels right for you. Then just press a little bit harder with your hands. Not a lot, but just to feel pressure. Then come to a stop. Inhale. Exhale. And find that rhythm that feels just right. Press a little more, then a little less. And find that pressure that feels just right. Slow down, come to a stop. Then playing with that pressure with both hands, just rub on either side of your belly button for a few circles. Just imagine moving any turbid or stuck energy in your abdomen. Just move it around a little. Under your rib cage, till you get to the sides of your body. And then you're just going to reach down and relax. Stop. And now we're going to put the cauldron in circles, and if you're literal minded, this might be challenging. So maybe think of it as a sphere with a little cork in it or something, so that when you're moving it in circles you can feel the liquid sort of sloshing around on the inside this way. So now we're moving, same thing, body's moving our midline together. We just want to turn, inhale 1, 2, exhale. And you can go faster or slower, it's entirely up to you. As long as you're stirring, and you can feel what's inside this clay sphere, or it could be a half-filled water balloon. We're going to go the other way. Now we're going to play with momentum. So We're going to allow the pelvis and sternum to kind of go their own way a little bit, as you'll see when I'm doing this. And your shoulders are going to be a lot more free on your ribs, so that now you can do a little bit more of a dragon body. Play with momentum, fast, slow, fast, slow. As long as it feels really dynamic. Because we're stirring this cauldron because we want what's inside of it to be imbued with the qi of our practice, so it becomes a kind of special medicine. Or this is just a really good exercise for opening up your waist. Depends on how you look at it. I'm going to play with momentum horizontally. Play with where your center goes. Just be as playful and spontaneous and interactive as you can. Switch directions. And I've probably said this a couple of times, but sometimes it's important to try to never do the same thing twice. So that way each circle is its own quality, unless you really feel like you want to maintain a very specific interaction, because intuition has guided you there. So we're going to explore what's called a Qi ball. The easiest way to explore this at first is to imagine that there's a balloon between your hands and that there's something that's going to blow up the balloon to move your hands apart, and then the balloon is going to empty halfway to bring your hands together. And as you inhale, that fills the balloon, and as you exhale, that lets some pressure out of the balloon. And now we want to see if we can feel that we're pulling on the surface of that membrane of the balloon. You know, it's like a stretchy elastic membrane. So now we're going to pull a little bit and feel that the balloon isn't moving us, now we're moving the balloon. So now I draw the balloon open, press the balloon closed. And as I'm doing this, I'm playing with my breath, making more room, and then concentrating. We call this la and na in Chinese, right? La is to kind of pull and stretch open, make room. Na is to squeeze and gather and to kind of catch something and to keep it from running away. So this is what we're up to. It's also just a nice meditation. Keep your spine open. Breathe with ease, but with intention. Inhale, reach out, palms turning up, reaching up, let your body lengthen out. Wrap your hands around something that you can hang off of, then soften your ankles. Place your knees towards your second toe, hips over your heels, just ahead of your heels, pelvis like a bowl. Place your ribs right over your pelvis, tuck your chin back. And now that your body's all lined up, let your shoulder blades sink. Let your hands fall over your feet, just in front of your feet. Settling. Inhale. Open your ankles, knees, hips, pelvis, ribs, shoulder blades falling. Reach up. Build your structure from the bottom. Let your body sink and settle, becoming like a mountain. Elbows out, wrists out, fingers out, palms up. Reaching up, wrapping your hands, softening your ankles, knees, hips, pelvis, ribs, sliding down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, focus on the body. Just let your body settle. Focus on the breath. And let your breath settle. Feel into your Qing. Your essence, your mojo. Let all of that aliveness in your body settle. Feel into your aliveness as Qi, moment by moment. And just allow your Qi to settle. Bring awareness to consciousness, to mind, to spirit. And let spirit settle. Come into your body. Settle the body. Settle into your structure. Feel your bones. Feel your breath. Feeling your belly and your chest. And just empty. Your body settle around the emptying breath. Into your upper dantian. Just settle that space through the space of your head and sinuses and mind. Middle dantian. We feel our emotion, our sense of connection and belonging. Just let that settle. Middle dantian settling. Lower dantian. All your animal instincts, your intuition, just settling, arriving, preparing to end our practice. Inhale, hands reach up. Exhale, just closing your practice. Inhale, Closing the practice. Going down the midline, sealing any energetic boundaries you need. Feeling the shape of that protective chi bubble, just relaxing. Last closing. Closing your midline, sealing your energy. Inhale. Bring your feet together. Exhale. If you choose, you can bow to the generations that have come before. It's optional. You don't have to do that. This is also optional, but you can take a sense of the chi you've cultivated today and send it to everyone in the world or to someone specific. And just breathe in. And send that good chi to where it needs to go. And that's a way of expressing our generosity and gratitude for having our practice and being able to share it.